Hello everyone, let's begin. Harmonization with this session 100% going both ways. Wonderful. So let's take a moment, take a deeper look at the pattern of energy that's presenting itself to us today. So the first thing that I'm noticing, it's as though there's something spiraling around my legs, like there's a ribbon wrapped around each of my legs, and it's spiraling inward in this direction down both of my legs. It lands in at the bottom of my lower leg, just above the ankle. It lands into a specific muscle. Yep. That's to do with the bladder meridian. So bladder meridian muscle, so let's go, there's a tilting line that I'm feeling starting at the base of my skull on the left side, and it goes somewhere away from the body. It's an oblong angle kind of downward in that direction. Opens up into more of a conical shape, very narrow conical shape, a cone going down in that direction. It's pointed here, it opens up down there. Bladder emotions. Something to do with my will being impacted in some way. I'm having a hard time taking action. I'm feeling paralyzed. I feel like I can't move. Fight, flight, or freeze. I feel like I'm in the freeze state right now. I feel very turtled here. I feel turtled, and I feel increased sensation at my sacrum, kind of deep inside of my sacrum, my tailbone there. I would associate that with polyvagal theory, indicating the two different areas of parasympathetic activity within the human spinal cord, right? Two different areas of parasympathetic activity, one in the brainstem up here, another one in the sacrum itself. Everything in between those areas, for the most part, especially within our thoracic spine, has to do with sympathetic activation. Sympathetic being fight or flight, parasympathetic, top of the neck and the sacrum, to do with rest and digest. But in polyvagal theory, the sacral parasympathetic center has to do more with I'm resting for the sake of getting away, versus the upper center, more to do with I'm in a relaxed state and I'm still open and communicative and interested in potentially working with other people, these sorts of things. So I'm stuck within an area of my body that's more calm than the fight or flight response, but it's also receded into sort of, I'm in parasympathetic mode because I have to be, because I'm shutting down. So I have to go protect myself and hide away and rest. Not I'm rested and I'm going out in the world and I'm doing great, but I'm resting because I have to rest right now. It's an emergency. I have to rest right now. Please go away. Please leave me alone. I'm resting. That sort of a sensation going on to do with this freeze emotion. I'm freezed. Freezed, for some reason, came up, even though that's improper tense, and I know that that's improper tense, right? I'm not consciously thinking right now. Words are flowing out of my mouth. So if they flow out and if they don't sound quite right, maybe I should ask about them. Freezed is relevant. So in this case, temperature is relevant, right? I could have said frozen, I said freezed, and then I had a picture in my head of Mr. Freeze with his big, crazy blue ray gun that freezes things in Batman. So something about temperature in this case, something about it being cold. Is it actually about cold? So something related to the concept of cold, something related to coolness. Combination of elements is coming to mind. Combination of the elements is coming to mind in through the left ear, ear of receiving. Left side of the body to do with feminine energy, to do with receiving energy, to do with negative charges in the body. So let's go with two different elements coming together. In this case, I would assume, I don't know, but I would assume water is one of them. That's good. You need water to freeze stuff a lot of the time if you want ice, right? And probably air. Okay, so water and air. Two elements that are coming into motion here. Air to do with freedom. Air to do with non-attachment. air to do with allowing things to unfold as they will. This is a very air-based process, right? Not getting egoically involved, just letting things do what they will. Not letting go, because letting go takes effort and conscious attention to do, which is why letting go doesn't usually work. It's actually about letting go of letting go that actually leads to what people are trying to talk about when they talk about letting go, right? It takes that second perspective outwards to actually kind of move a little closer towards what people are trying to point towards. If you're actively trying to let go, then you're engaging with the pattern, which means you're actually watering the things that you don't want to happen. You're watering the flower of the thing that you don't want to happen, and you're making it more prominent, right? So, cool. Water in this situation. Water representative of progress, continual flow in a direction, moving through obstacles, through continually showing up in a situation. Also interconnection. Water is something that connects all life forms realistically on the planet. Something about these being out of balance to do with this freeze emotion in the body. This difficulty engaging with our will. My attention closed in towards the center of my chest. There's something there. In my inner visionary space, I'm seeing a spider web, and in the center, a black widow. It's biting my skin, biting the skin on my left arm. Is that relevant? Okay, so it's just a placement that my mind gave me. So biting the skin on my left arm, and then the response that I'm seeing, I'm just crawling into bed after that happens. I'm just laying down, and I've decided I don't know what to do. I can't handle this, so I'm just shutting down. So if we go in, there's a woman in the room with me. She's glowing white. I can tell that it's a woman because it's a feminine figure, but really I would say this is more of a spirit in the room with me. She's sucking the poison out of my arm, and she's pulling the sheets off. She's using something like telekinesis to make my body float out of the bed. I'm upright. I'm standing in a standing position, but I'm still floating above the ground. She's still holding me there, and she has her hands clasped around my face. It's safe to wake up now. And my eyes open, and it reminds me of if you ever watched Supernatural, the way that angels kill people, where their eyes just start radiating that aggressive white light. It looks like that. And the whole scene is doing that. Everything about the scene is now just this aggressive, bright flash. My energy comes back. Still something more that we need to do. This is relevant. This landing point is relevant. This landing point to do with thymus, something to do with my power in a situation, my sense of power in a situation. Second conical shape makes my body want to lean this way. Goes from the bottom of my left rib cage and it opens up through my shoulder here, that direction. It's opening up that way.
disassociation. I've disassociated my sense of power outside of myself because of this freeze response. Something that happened to me in the past, something that happened to me in the past, something that happened to the collective in the past within this lifetime. Is this the original event? Okay. Years back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 years ago. 2005. I'm seeing someone open a flip phone. And get very angry that they can't figure out how to use this damn telephone. They throw it on the ground, and in that moment, this aspect of their energy shoots out of their body off towards the right side, something blocking them in terms of the right side of their body to do with masculine energy in the body. Masculine energy having to do with starting things, initiating new projects, putting myself out there, the opposite of being paralyzed in my sense of will, but also something that happens naturally, not something that I'm putting conscious effort into, something that by being myself, I naturally have this momentum towards taking these actions through showing up as who I am, right? The dual aspect, how feminine and masculine energies interact with each other, because everyone has both. It has nothing to do with gender at all. Everyone has both masculine and feminine energies, and it's important that both are working properly because they dance with each other. And that's how you become the miraculous human being that you're here to be. Balanced energies in the world. In this moment in time, we can grab that power and wonderful. Nice little release in my mid-back there. Just between my shoulder blades, there was a good cracking of my spine. Things feel nice and relaxed now. Nice and relaxed and open. Is there more that we need to know? Is this true? Are these emotional complexes still present within our energy? Is this emotion of impacted, frozen will still present within my bladder? This freeze response, this is no longer present within my bladder? Wonderful. Within our systemic bladder. Cool. So let's work with, how about the emotion of power? Is this now resonating strongly within my thymus? Wonderful. Is there anything more that we need to know? I believe that's all that I have for you today. I hope that it was beneficial, and I will see you next time.